The next question we are going to solve question number 5, same exercise 12.1. Question number 5, you see the data is given like this: 300 to 400, 400 to 500. It is on the range basis. Between 300 to 400, 14, value is 14. 400 to 500, value is 15. 500 to 600, like this. Even next question also, you see 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 30, this range basis. Previous question it was given individual group, you see here. It is for A this much, B this much, C this much. Here also one group, this much, another group this much. It was on group basis, but now it is on interval basis. Okay, question number 6 also on interval basis. And when the data is on interval basis, then it is not bar graph. Okay, it is either histogram or frequency polygon. Frequency polygon we will discuss later. Now we are going to draw histogram. At first we are solving question number 5. It is on interval basis, so histogram, and it is mentioned also in the question, draw a histogram. So for interval basis, what we can do, either histogram or frequency polygon, but we are going to draw here histogram. Okay, so this question number 5, first I am drawing the making the graph. One horizontal axis called x-axis. Horizontal we represent by x dash, called x-axis. Vertical we represent by y-axis, y dash, y dash. Okay, now see the data given, question number 5. The data given is 300 to 400, 400 to 500. Between 100 is there. 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, up to highest value is 1000. So this intervals will represent along x-axis. Interval will represent along x-axis. So first I'll mark here 300, then 400, 300 to 400. Okay, this will be the bar for 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700, 700 to 800, 800 to 900, 900 to 1000, or 900 to 1000. This will be 1000. 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600. That means 10 divisions we are taking equal to 100 units. Along x-axis 10 division is equal to 100. 300 to 400 difference is 100. So along x-axis we are taking this 10 smallest division is equal to 100 units. So we'll mention here along x-axis 10 smallest division is equal to 100 units. Now in this case there is a problem here. You see this is how much, 100, 300 to 400, 400 to 500. So before 300 what will be here, 200, but is actually origin. Before 300 it should be 200, but we have it is origin means 0. So we will keep a break here like this. We show a break. That means if there is break like 200, 100, other values are here. Okay, otherwise what happens, if I make here 100, 200, 300, then there is a big graph will start from here. 100, 200, 300, 300 will start from here, and this much will be break. Okay, gap. That's why we show a break here and we start from here instead of starting here. We start from here. Okay, we don't want to keep gap, so we keep a break here. Break means there are other numbers here. Okay, 300, before 300, 200 is there, 100 is there, like that. So we'll start now. You see along y-axis what is the highest value. You see the values given, highest value is 86, I think 86. So you have to take scale numbers along y-axis in such a way that this will accommodate here. It should not be too small graph also, and it should accommodate nicely. So if we take 10, 20, 30, it will accommodate. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100 is enough, because our highest value in the data is up to 86. So you see between 300 to 400, between 300 to 400 value is 14. You see, so along y what we have taken, 10 division is 10 units only. You see along y 10 division is 10 units, so we'll mention here, along y axis what we have taken, 10 division, smallest division equal to 10 units, and between 300 to 400, between 300 to 400 the first bar value is 14. Between 300 to 400 first value is 14, you see 14, 14. So between 300 to 400 we have to take 14. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, this is 14. We will mention here it is 14, okay. So this will be the first bar. The between 400 to 500 next value, you see between 400 to 500 value is 56. There should be no gap, histogram no gap is there, okay. Between 400 to 500 you see here there is no gap. 300 to 400 next, 400 to 500 value is 56. So this is 55, then one more, that is 56. So this will be the next bar. The bars are joined with each other, okay, because interval form, I'm telling you again, you see 300 to 400 first bar, 400 to 500 next bar, there is no gap in between, okay. Then next value 500 to 600 value is 60. 500 to 600 value is 60. So this will be the next bar, okay. 600 to 700 the value is 600 to 700 value is, you see 86, highest value I think. So this is 85, one more 86, this is 86. So this will be the next bar, and when all the bars are joined with each other the graph is called histogram, okay, not bar graph, it is histogram. 700 to 800 next value is 74. So this is 75, one more is less, one less, 75, one less, 74 is here. So this is the next bar graph, okay, next bar not bar graph, it is histogram. 800 to 900, 800 to 900 value is 62. 60 then 2, 62, this is the next bar. Then 900 to 1000, 900 to 1000 value is 48. 900 to 1000 value is 48. This is 40, 48 below 52. 50 less 2 by, this is 48. Less than 50, this is 50. So from 50 we have to leave 2 division. So this is 48, correct. So this is the bar graph, okay. This is the bar graph, not bar graph, it is called histogram, histogram. So this is the complete solution, but in the question they are asking represent the following by histogram. So we have drawn the histogram, okay. And the second question they are asking how many lamps have a lifetime of more than 700 hours, above 700. You can see here above 700, okay. This is up to 3 to 400, 400 to 500. Above 700 is how many lamp you see? Above 700 is 74 plus 62 plus 84. You can see here. Up to this much 700. Starting from 700 here, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 1000. So above 700, what are the values you see? 74, 62 and 48. So you can grow. First solution is histogram. Second solution above 700. Above 700 you can write the description is which value? 74, 62 and 48. 74 plus 62 plus 48. You can add it and get the answer above 700, okay. Above 700, I am telling you again, above 700 you see up to 600 here, 700 here, this side is above 700, this side is above 700. So this is the complete solution, okay. So histogram, again I am telling you, when the data is in interval, continuous data, it is called continuous data. 300 to 400 no gap, 400 to 500 again no gap, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, then continuous data no gap. The graph is either histogram or frequency polygon. Frequency polygon is exactly same here, you see. You can draw like this histogram, and then this middle point, all the bar middle point, top middle point if you join, this middle point to this middle point if you join, again from this middle point to this middle point join, this middle point to next middle point top join, then middle point, then the graph obtained, it is called frequency polygon. That we will discuss later, okay.